don't watch this video. If you want to continue using the same and old techniques in your red teaming malware that use VirtualAlloc, WriteProcessMemory, VirtualProtect, and CreateThread, sure, that's awesome and that works in the lab. But if you don't want to get crushed by mature EDR solutions, continue watching this video as we're going to graduate up into the native API world, where we're going to stop asking Kernel 32 for permission and start instructing it directly. Welcome to the native APIs, and on this screen, you'll see that age-old Win32 APIs that we used in a previous video to pop calc, where we used VirtualAlloc, WriteProcessMemory, VirtualProtect, CreateThread. Now, we're going to dive into the native APIs, where we're going to have, as you can see, the corresponding native API calls where we can allocate that virtual memory. We're going to write that virtual memory, protect it, and then create threads. We're ditching the noisy Win32 APIs and moving into the undocumented native API territory. Let's pop calc the professional way. All right, and welcome back. On my screen here, we have our native API hello world. That's going to pop calc. We have to define the native API function signatures here at the top. Normally, when we create C+ programs, we include that windows.h, which is a header file that contains the signatures for all those standard functions like create process or VirtualAlloc. You can think of it like telling the compiler, hey, VirtualAlloc takes 4 arguments and here are their types. However, the native API world, that NtAllocateVirtualMemory and the like, aren't declared in windows.h. They're internal to the operating system because they can change at any time per Microsoft's stance. So they don't provide headers for them in the standard software development kit. Thus, when we're thinking about linking, even though the code for these functions does exist in the ntdell, your compiler has no idea they exist. If you try and call NtAllocateVirtualMemory without defining it, your compiler is going to throw an error. How many arguments does it take? What are the types of functions? So let's dive in to what these basically function signatures are doing. We have some additional pointers here, object attributes, and actually here is that NtAllocateVirtualMemory signature. We have the NtWriteVirtualMemory signature, the NtProtectVirtualMemory signature, and the NtCreateThreadEx signature. And again, that's because we don't have the possibility of using the header file to call it and say, hey, we want these. We're making the direct call. We're bypassing that virtual memory. We're bypassing the Win APIs and all that fun stuff. Now, this is going to look similar to the previous video in where we generated the x64 calc.exe pop. We can generate it in MSF Venom, which has been done in a previous video, so go back and check that out. We're going to need the shellcode size, dll.dll. This will get that handle, and then we have to resolve them. And you see here where we're going ahead and resolving all of these through GetProcAddress with regards to ntdll. So we're using it saying, hey, the base for our addresses, this is where you're going to have to look, but we need to get the proc address relative to NtDLL. I did a quick check here because, hey, if any of these aren't available or they didn't resolve, we want to know before we run our application. So we're going to also then get the current process and put it into this handle here, set the base address to null, the shellcode size, and now we're doing that similar process that we've done before for where we have to allocate the memory, we have to copy it over, we have to then also allocate or give the correct permissions, and then finally we execute it by creating a thread. Allocating the memory as read-write because it's a huge red flag. Execute read-write, but that's a huge red flag to those modern EDRs. So we're going to just set it as page read-write, and we'll go back and we'll change the permissions in a little bit. We're going to just see if the status, if it worked or not. We're going to then write that shellcode. We need to copy it over into that newly allocated space. So again, we're writing that shellcode into that memory that we just allocated as read-write. Now we need to go back and change the protections to read and execute. Again, we're going to do something very similar to this NtProtectVirtualMemory, very similar to what we had done before, and changing the permissions from read-write to read-execute. So flipping that switch, next we're going to go ahead and create that thread. And we're going to create that thread, and we're going to point it back to the address that we had allocated, because that's where the start of our system works, or where our shellcode works. And then we're going to just go ahead and wait for this single object and have the cleanup happen. And if I've done everything correctly, we will have pop calc with the ntdll.dll, allocate virtual memory, write virtual memory, protect, and create thread. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and build this, build the solution, and we see that we still have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring PowerShell, and we're going to execute that in PowerShell source, and I believe it's repos x64, or no, sorry, and what did I have this as? Native APIs, that's correct. So directory, now 64/release. And we have our executable in there. So I want to go ahead and execute our application. And again, if I've done everything right, we're going to see calc without the Win32 API help. Boom. We have calc popped. We have the allocated memory. We wrote the shellcode to memory. We changed the permissions. The thread was created. And here's the handle address. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you learned anything. More importantly, we're going to continue to dive into the native API world. How can we construct red teaming engagements, go a little bit further? What's the next step? We've done the hello world in the native API world.